¿Qué pasa, amigo?
That's a good way to start a conversation in Spanish.
Yeah,
Surprising.
This is Raul Rodriguez, and I met him in Hell's Kitchen about 2 weeks ago. And actually, what really surprised me, because there were people from England and France, and I wasn't expecting somebody from Mexico.
Yeah. The only one so far, I believe.
The only one from Mexico.
Yeah.
So what?
Sadly, actually.
What on earth brought you to Ukraine?
Well, I guess it's been the same story of many volunteers that you have here, even though you don't hear often on the streets. When you gather together, the same kind of foreigners, we have some sort of like the same mission and feeling for this country. First of all, I guess personally I got a little bit upset of what was going on. We've been very much accustomed to injustice, not only here in Ukraine, but in our communities, in our places, cities, countries, and for me, particularly, it was funny. Without knowing that I was going to be here many times, I was just another tourist on 2022, 1 month before the war, actually. For some crazy reason, I decided I would like to see Kyiv and practice my 500 words that I knew of Russian. And I was very lucky that my host, Airbnb host, Elena, was so happy to see a foreigner coming that she said, "Have you ever been in Kyiv before?" I said, "No." So what the hell made you come here? I said, "I just wanted to practice my Ukrainian and see the city and the cultural activities and stuff." But who would have known that? She said, "Well, I'll show you the city." She walked me through with boots. It was winter time, so with boots and crushing snow and talking personal. Who are you? Who are me? What's your background? Not only was able to get to see the inside, the core of the average Ukrainian person, but also the beautiness of the city. And I just fell in love completely.
And is there much awareness in Mexico of the struggle here in Ukraine?
Sadly not. Not even from close friends. That I guess they are busy with their lives. No close, not even with brothers and sisters, which I have a lot. They also, their routines, their hamster wheels.
The hamster wheel. We spoke a lot about the hamster wheel. Yeah.
It's sadly.
But it's now you've been here how many times?
This is my 5th time.
Your 5th time,
yeah,
so the first time was more out of curiosity,
yes,
just to maybe see the place, and then the other 4 times were helping.
I left Ukraine in love with the country and the people. At one point I say, well, they are kind of like Mexicans, but they speak a different language and they eat different food, but you feel that same friendship.
And in the 4 times, Raul, what were you doing? Was it in the Hell's Kitchen?
I started doing camouflage for the soldiers.
Camouflage netting.
Netting, yes. They welcome me here. Here we're in Kyiv right now, in Percheska area. And there I met another guys, and they say, "Would you like to do some kitchen stuff?" I say, "Yeah." So the whole thing is being here, and I know maybe what we do is not enough in terms of physical effort. There's a zillion times more effort physically from Ukrainian people. But being here and say, "We are with you," and here we want to be successful with you. We want to help a little bit. Our presence is the most important part.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I talked with Brenda yesterday, and she was saying even the most powerful thing is just giving a hug to say we are here.
Yeah. You are not alone, which is so important.
Yeah. And speaking of Russian, я понимаю, что у тебя есть очень много русский язык.
Should. I should know more because I've been studying it for 4 years. And some of my friends say, "Hey, why don't you start with the Ukrainian language?" I say, "Let me finish with this one. It's a good tool anyway.
Yeah.
Not the most welcome, but it's a good tool. Maybe one more year and less negligence.
Yes.
And then I will start learning.
Yes, because it is interesting here in Ukraine. There is actually this morning, Raul, you took me on a tour around the town here in Kiev, and for me it was very interesting to get to the Dnieper River.
Oh, yeah,
Because the Dnieper River, it runs north to south, or is it south to north? I'm not so sure. But it really is
It's not to south.
yeah, it's a geographical dividing line, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Whereby maybe the west might look more towards Europe, the east might have, I should say, looked more towards Russia
past tense,
in
yes.
the past. But now, I think everybody is looking towards Europe now since conflict,
Yes.
you know. But yeah, it's a very interesting country, and I think. But for you, the last few times you've gone east to Kharkiv,
Yes.
which, as we know, is only 20 kilometers from the front line.
Yes, true.
Would you have had like a sense of apprehension, or
No.
or this
Just
could
like
be
you.
dangerous, or
The danger, but I mean, just probably like you, and maybe because our backgrounds somehow got us used to a little bit of this. See, in Mexico, there's a lot of friends from abroad said, "Hey, I don't want to go to Mexico because I hear there is these gangs and violence," and sadly there is, but not in Mexico City, for instance, not as accentuated. So I always say, you know, first of all, I can be in danger any place if I expose myself to danger. And in Kharkiv, yes, there is danger. And sadly, a lot of people is suffering. Not only by a killing with bullets, but right now these crazy guys these crazy persons from Russia are freezing people to death, including old ladies. So you said something a couple of hours ago. Are we afraid of dying? No, we have pretty good life. I'm sure I'm not going to die. I'm sure I'm going to sleep with a banana peel in my kitchen,
for sure.
and not be worried about.
But yes, maybe you and possibly I have this kind of philosophical attitude that we're able to examine the reality and be comfortable with it. But still, at the same time, people back at home, for you, when they hear you're going to Ukraine, what's their opinion?
They worry and they beg you, please don't go, or be very, very careful in best circumstances. But of course, we don't pay attention to this because we are here and we know right now while we are talking, there's a nice couple here, young fellows, boyfriend, girlfriend in love, trying to have a normal life. Why would I be worried? I mean, if you are not here, it's hard for you to understand that, yes, I might be in danger a little bit, 0.0001%. But along with me, is 33 million Ukrainians that do the same. And they cope with normal life also.
Yeah, I found actually the contrast is hard to comprehend because in the short 2 weeks that I was in Kharkiv, I was at the theatre, I was at the outdoor market, I was in the bar, did a tour of a brewery. But at the same time, when you and I were down looking at the Dnieper River, we got a text alert through on the phone saying, "Run for shelter."
Yeah,
so
it's true.
So it's a real contrast. But you know, I found, I suppose, at the end of it, that life goes on, as always in wartime. You know.
Yeah.
So your case, though, I think is a bit different than most people because you've got bigger plans regarding Ukraine.
I don't know if anybody is in the same level of plans, but like I said, from the first trip, I noticed this, especially key for me, and Kharkiv too. Magic places. For some reason, I did more time in Kiev, and I thought it would be a perfect place for me to live.
Really?
In modern times, is to say I would like to live here 80% of the time and maybe go and travel a little bit more. And of course, I have interests and family and loved ones in Mexico. So, but to live, like in my case, in Mexico City, it doesn't make sense. It's like jumping into my huge hamster wheel. I've done that 50 years. I don't want that anymore. And here is everything new. And actually, here I can actually bring something that my fellow Ukrainian friends do not have. Maybe a little Mexican culture. Food. We enjoyed yesterday tortillas, badly made. They're supposed to be round, but they turn out to be square. And
All in the middle of no electricity.
in the middle of no electricity.
Yeah.
And we made a guacamole that didn't taste like guacamole, but they liked it. They ate it all.
Yeah. But you were actually looking at maybe buying an apartment, and you said to me that, like, the way you put it very nicely. You said Ukraine is going to be my headquarters.
Yes.
Where your most of your life will be.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
that's a really big move. Or is it?
For people like you and me, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a short story, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I was in love with a woman, my second wife. She was 15, I was 18. We promised we were going to get married after college and university. It never happened. I got divorced from my first wife, and she got divorced from his first husband. And we ended up marrying when she was 47 and I was 50 years old. So, love stories happen all the time. But here's the thing, this is the straight answer. At 50, with all my life pretty much done in Mexico, and family, kids, business, and blah, 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 I took my 2 suitcases and I moved to the United States with a tourist visa and my brand new wife because I love her so much. And the same sensation. And I was telling my friends, I cannot believe I feel this 18-year-old love in a grown-up 50-year-old man, but I felt my heart pumping every time I would see her. Same happened with Ukraine when I kind of like left first time.
Yeah.
And I say, I want to be here.
Yeah.
I belong here.
You said something very interesting also about the routine of life. If you live in the same place year after year after year after year, and you mentioned about the wedding and what happens and the flowers get thrown and everything is so predictable.
And the same songs.
And maybe there does come a time in your life to have new experiences.
I didn't get the
You mentioned that when you go to the wedding in the United States, it's the same thing time and again. It's so predictable, and maybe there does come a point in time when you want to have a new experience.
Yeah. I mean, we've been built maybe a little bit like that.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we know people, you and I, that probably would not move 100 kilometers away from where they were born.
Yeah.
But for us, for me to feel not only living, having my life, but to give something away. I mean, to be useful for something.
Yeah.
We had to a little bit of travel.
Yeah.
A little bit being challenged to yourself.
Yeah.
Even speaking here is a challenge. And in Mexico or in Ireland, it's as simple as open up with your mouth.
Yeah. And there was another thing actually caught my mind, and we were joking a little bit yesterday when we were having the tortillas. You made a toast, and people were saying, "Come on, Raul, can you finish?" And but you were actually saying something very philosophical. You were talking about, in a way, the fickle circumstances that have brought such a unique group of people together.
Yes.
One Mexican, one Irish, 2 Ukrainians, 2 French, I think it was.
Guys, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Can you tell me a bit about how you felt in such a strange environment, in an apartment in Kiev with no electricity, and all of these people
doing tortillas
for why they are together? Or...
Well, I mean, that's how life works for most of us. But the thing is, it's funny. For many of us, like we were talking yesterday, there are threats all the time popping out in front of us. Threats that you don't know if you pull it, where it's going to take you.
Opportunities.
Yeah. But it's funny, most of us, including some of my dearest family members, would not dare to to even try to push it. They are fine, they are comfortable, they don't want to shake the ground. For people like us, every one of us in that meeting yesterday, in that in Jean Baptiste apartment, we're there to pull a little rope and see where it took us. Every one of us, somehow we never been in Ukraine, except of course our local friends. But we're there, and the satisfactions are normally better and more than the troubles or the bad circumstances that you might face. So you and I mean, we eventually, not right now, but me 5 years ago, I pulled a little thread, brought me here. I came here with zero friends, zero friends, zero knowledge of the city, zero knowledge of everything. And right now, 5 years later, I feel so comfortable. So do you. And what we do is another thing that I was telling yesterday, if I may say, a young fellow from Ukraine, student in university, decided to go and help in help kitchen instead of enjoying his Christmas vacation. University guy, Marcus, and he is like really avid to see how these people and why these people is in help kitchen, all these backgrounds, and I saw, I mean, a lot of people is embracing him, and in the future, I'm sure they will support him in any different ways possible. And he asked me, so what's the secret? And I said, well, for me, it has been working this stubbornness and connections. And how you get connections? Stubbornness.
Yeah.
But connection, how you get connections? By exposing yourself.
Yeah.
If you stay home watching TV or whatever, you will never find connection. What I found here in the street, in Hell Kitchen, is I just found a great new friend that I'm sure we are going to thread a new threads, and will give us satisfaction.
So you would encourage people to pull those threads?
Well, if you are made that way, yes. It's not for everybody. I understand.
And I really like the other word you used, which I sometimes think I have in abundance, stubbornness.
Yeah.
But maybe, I prefer the word stubbornness, but maybe you could say it's a determination, or a stubborn determination.
It's the same word.
Whereby nobody is able to tell you otherwise, this is what you want to do.
Yeah, you have to do it. We are all, we are study Chiloviaks.
Yeah.
And what happens is, we have come here and we have done crazy things in spite of people saying, don't do it, don't do it. I mean, not only right now, but many years before in different situations. And it's not that I'm going to say the opposite of what people advise me, but I usually would like to swim against the current. That's really interesting you say that. But I feel, and we've had this conversation before, where people in the Hell's Kitchen, for example, maybe they are people who choose a more difficult path. And maybe that's what, to some degree, makes them unique. I know in my own situation, I would always say, if I'm in the middle of Kyrgyzstan and there comes a fork in the road and the signpost says left easy, right very difficult, don't do it. Maybe
I will go to the right for sure. Raul, very interesting in meeting you. I know we have both made a friendship for life. And we've talked about our paths crossing either in Ukraine or maybe in Ireland, maybe not in the United States,
in Mexico,
or please God in Mexico, you know. So
likewise, by the way.
So I'll finish по-русски. Спасибо вам за ваше времени и может быть у вам будет много удачи.
Я уверен. Дякую. Well, that's Ukrainian. Thank you.
Thank you, Raul. Really good to talk.